Hi everyone, I'm the Hessenite Angel, and this is another drawing video. This is more of a speed drawing, so I managed to figure out how to edit. I recorded the audio for this once, but it ended up not working out because my video froze in the middle of me recording it, and I'm recording the video using a separate program and editing it using a separate program than my audio, so yeah. I am doing a Yandere sim redesign, so how I think the character could have been designed better. I have nothing against the original designs, I just saw this and thought the idea was nice. I will not get into the controversy with Yandere Simulator since I just tend to try to stay away from that kind of stuff. I am purely doing what I am for the art's sake. So this was my first attempt at a sketch, and I think it was important to keep all my little mess-ups in so you could see my art process. As you can see, I went for a more, at least I think the pose is more dynamic at an angle rather than straight on. I wanted the hand in front to be holding a love letter that she was trying to give to Senpai, and the other holding a knife. So you have the cute little lovesick side of things, and then the dangerous. I thought her character would be a lot more interesting with emotions than without, so I decided to draw her as this very sweet on the outside looking type person. Her proportions on the legs aren't the best, but they'll get better in the final line art. I wanted one facing the camera, one facing away to help give a dynamic look. And then I am working on the details in a different color so I can tell the two apart and they don't get lost in the main post sketch. I decided to give her a lot of heart details because that's the side she is showing to everybody. So she has more of a heart-shaped face, her hair is more heart-shaped than before, and I find that she would be I tried to make her cuter, because I figured she'd act as cute as possible to get Senpai's attention. Now I'm working on her ponytail, because obviously she would want her hair kept out of the way. I think if this were more of a manga or something, then her hair would change as she heard Senpai compliment her appearance, or if she heard him compliment what her rivals were doing. So, like, if he liked Usana's pigtails, then she would wear pigtails, that kind of thing. I would love to see the Yandere Sim story as some sort of like manga or something. So if anybody's going to do something like that, let me know and I will gladly read it. And I'm working on her clothes. I decided to go against the sailor design because I thought it was kind of overused, so I went more for a pleated skirt and a sweater vest look. And I thought the thigh highs were cute, but they need to go with her uniform more, so I'm using more of the striped thigh highs rather than the black ones she's wearing and making them less sectioned onto her thighs. Of course, the classic loafers. Now I'm working on her hand, holding the knife, and I'm actually not the greatest with hands and feet, so I'm really proud of how the hands and feet in this turned out. I don't know what other series I'm going to do redesigns for, but let me know if you have any suggestions below. Right now I'm just working on the line art and the clothing details. My next Yandere simulator redesign video, I'll probably do Senpai and his sister, since they have to look similar since they're siblings. And I'll probably do Raibaru and Osana as a set, but I won't do like rival sets and then cancel sets. I will do them in sets I think make sense. And the only reason I'm doing Ayano alone is A, because she's the main character, and B, because I wanted to do a few different outfit looks for her, since she's the main character. The other reason I went with more of a sweater vest look rather than the classic sailor uniform most anime uses is I know in my Sailor Moon redesign series I'm going to be drawing a lot of sailor uniforms because that's just what they wear. And I felt as though I needed something to break up and make everything seem different. Because I wanted each series I do, redesign-wise, to be different. And for a while, that's going to be the content on this channel. You will see a lot more female designs than male, because I like drawing girls better for the simple fact of girls tend to be more expressive with what they wear and how they style their hair and stuff. But I'm going to do boys at some point. Mostly out of necessity. I also will be, I'm not sure how other people feel about this, but I'll be messing with characters' races and body types and stuff like this. Because a lot of the media is white appearing characters with very skinny proportions. And while I'm doing what I'm comfortable doing and used to doing with Yandere-chan, I am going to do different ones for the other characters. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for each character. I'll do that as I go. You can see I kind of tried doing a crossbones type thing, but decided against it for her hair thing. I'm not really sure how to comment on these videos, like my commentary wise or stuff like that, so I appreciate any tips or criticisms for this. Because I want these videos to be interesting for you and easy to listen to if you're just using me for background noise or something. I didn't do as much of a gradient shade on this because it takes a lot more of my time, and I want to do other things, and this video recording session was already going on for a while, and it takes about an hour for me to do a really good drawing like this. So I wanted to keep it more simplistic. I decided to give her hair a dark red. I decided to give her overall look a more red motif than she has in the original game, because I like it when characters have kind of a color motif in their main outfits, and then they can expand otherwise outside of those outfits. But I decided the color motif for Ayano here would be a red, because it's seen as a violent color, and it's also seen as a color of love. And I wanted to symbolize that. And I thought it worked with her character I was designing as this better. I realized this wasn't the original idea behind the character, but with this redesign, I'm just like, well, I'm gonna do it as if I were designing the characters and their personalities and stuff. And while I did keep her more warm-toned and red-toned and darker tones, I did want there to be some differences. So like her shirt and vest will be more blue tinted, just to give the outfit some consistency among characters, and then also to make her look a little bit less monotone. If you're interested in seeing more of my art, I will link my art Tumblr below. I'm also doing commissions there. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in this recording yet, or just the last one. But I am willing to do my commissions as videos if people want to see those. And I'm planning on doing a 5 days a week type thing with my videos. It's, again, mainly going to be this type of stuff where I'm drawing and redesigning. But if you enjoy that, subscribe and stuff, I guess. I'm not a professional by any means. I'm just having fun doing what I like. I figured this could be an interesting way to share my art. What other series should I do redesigns of? And what characters should I do first in the Yandere series? Or in my Sailor Moon series, what characters should I do next? I start with the main characters, and then I slowly will be branching out, but in series like this where there are multiple characters, I would very much like the input of the audience. Right now on the Yandere thing, I'm just adding blood marks because I think it would look cool. And I'm using a smudge tool to make them look more like blood scuffs rather than just dots. And I did them mainly on the feet because at least most people I know don't really look at my feet. I mean, when I was in high school, I was always looking at the ground because I had no self-confidence, but I never really looked at people's shoes. And I'm just adding some small little gradients on the outline to make it a little bit more interesting, and then I'm going to add some on the character model itself to give it this cooler lighting effect. I love doing this on drawings. I think it gives them a bit more depth in character. Now I'm working on a second, more casual design of a more like her out in the town look. And most of the time we'll start with the face unless I have a specific pose where like the face and head are in a really awkward position to where it relies heavily on the body. I gave her a more cheerful closed eye look rather than her open eye look because I thought it would look cuter. I really want to play with the idea that she is very sweet, maybe even popular in school, but nobody knows this other side of her. So I'm having her wave. I was going to have both hands waving, but then I decided to put one hand down holding a grocery bag. I'm proud of how the grocery bag turned out because I don't really do props that often. And I wanted to draw her with her hair down since people tend to, while they stick with one style, they tend to experiment with their hair every so often. So I wanted to show her off with different hairstyles and show who she was waving at. So if you're wondering what system I use, I'm using Clip Art Studio, or yeah, I think that's the name. Yeah. Clip Art Studio. I just double checked. And I really like this program. It's very easy for me to use. I'm not quite used to it right now because I recently updated it and I was so used to the old version that I had to do some relearning with the new version. But I think it's gone pretty well. I'm doing more of a sketch shade on this since I'm not going to do it in color. Originally I was, but I was just like, well, I want to do a few different styles, and it's already taking a while to film. I wasn't sure how much longer I would have to work on it since I have my sister and her kid as a roommate. I did a little skull and crossbones here to show she bought poison. I didn't know how much time I would have to work on this consistently without having to take a break in between. Because I tried to finish a drawing straight up. I'm not too proud of how the hand turned out. You can see I really had problems with that one finger. I'm just finishing up some details, like her blush and shading on her clothes. I do enjoy how this little sketch of her turned out. I think it is very, very cute. Little motion lines. Well, that was when my computer wigged out for a second. Oop, dropped something. I'm just moving her out of the way so I can work on another design. And I actually, when I started inking, I got way far into the inking and realized I had done it all on the same layer as this next sketch, and I was just like, screw it, we're just keeping it as this sketch. And so that became I messed with her hair being in a bun because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a maid look next because Yandere Dev said she might have a part-time as maid, or if I wanted to do more of a action pose next. I ended up doing both later on, or where I wanted it to be within this little area, because I had two areas where I want to draw stuff. This is me messing around with poses. It's like, oh, maybe she's carrying food, but then I was like, I don't know what food she'd be carrying. I decided against a bun because it just wasn't working out or looking right with her character. Hopefully this audio lines up pretty well with the thing I have going on, the sketch video, because I'm recording it while watching my process at the speed it's going to be shown as, but technology. This is the final pose I ended up on. I decided to just draw more of a sweet looking look for her. After this, I realized I had been only drawing her with more sweet looks in front of senpai. Again, I'm used to drawing girls more. I like drawing really cutesy girls. And when I realized that, I was just like, oh, I'm definitely going to have to add a murdery one now. Just to balance this out. I decided to give her a little like side braid because I thought it'd be cute. And still fit with her kind of maid look. Doing a simple outline before realizing it's on the wrong layer. Eventually I'll just give up and continue doing it on this layer. I decided to give her more normalized for this one, because I wanted to show that she doesn't always have those little heart eyes or little skull eyes. I thought would be cool. I like showing their emotions through their eyes. I really like drawing eyes. And I like adding detail to hair. It's always a pain to color, but it's always worth it in the end. Yeah, this is where I realized it was on the same layer, and I was just like, screw it. We're doing it this way. That's just how it's gonna be today. I decided to do a full-on little basic sketch down here to finish the set off. I was just like, oh, I could do a little, she's smelling a handkerchief Senpai gave her, and I was just like, why not go to Stabby Town? I was really struggling with this last sketch before I settled on Stabby Town, USA. I like drawing expressions. I find them fun to do. And this pose isn't the best, but it's the best I could do, and I think it looks fairly good. And I drew her with a mask and blood spatters on her because I thought it'd look cool. And that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you want to see more. Bye!